Ladies and gentlemen from the cockpit, this is your captain speaking. We'd like to extend our welcome on board to you today. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Okay, sir. The bypass pit is installed. All doors and hatches closed and the ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft. Standing by for pushback.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Start engine 2.
Starting engine 2. Oil pressure. Starter cutouts.
Okay, pushback completed.
Number 2, stable.
Set your parking brake.
Ground. You may disconnect.
Start engine 1.
Okay, sir.
Starting
cleared to
engine
disconnect.
1. Oil pressure. Starter cutouts.
Ladies and
Number 1,
gentlemen,
stable.
all portable electronic equipment and mobile phones should be switched off as we are now about to start our pre-flight safety briefing. We are now going to take you through our safety procedures and equipment. As this information is for your benefit, we ask you to watch and listen carefully. The safety card in your seat area shows details of escape routes, oxygen masks and life jackets. It also shows the bracing position which you must adopt in an emergency landing. In the unlikely event of having to use the escape slide, leave all hand baggage behind and remove high-heeled shoes as they may tear the slide. Please now ensure that your table is folded away, your seat back is upright with the armrest down and your seat belt fastened. The seat belt is fastened and adjusted like this, and unfastened like this. When the fasten seatbelt signs are on, you must go back to your seat and fasten your seatbelt securely. For your own comfort and safety, we recommend you keep your seatbelt fastened at all times and visible to avoid being disturbed in flight. cabin air supplies fail, oxygen will be provided. Masks like this will appear automatically. Stay in your seat and pull a mask towards you. This will open your oxygen supply. Place the mask over your mouth and nose like this and breathe normally, adjusting the band to secure it. Do make sure your own mask is fitted before helping anyone else. Your life jacket is underneath or beside your seat. In the event of landing on water, remove the life jacket from its container and pull it over your head. Pass the tapes round your waist and tie them securely in a double bow at the side. To inflate, pull the red toggle as shown. The air can be topped up by using the mouthpiece. There is a whistle here for attracting attention. Do not inflate your life jacket until you are outside the aircraft. We will supply life cots for babies and life jackets for infants. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, please study the safety card and take notice of the fasten seatbelt sign. May we remind you that electrical portable items such as games, computing and word processing equipment may interfere with the aircraft systems and must be switched off during takeoff and landing. Portable telephones must be switched off while the aircraft engines are running. As this is a no smoking service, the no smoking signs will remain on for the duration of the flight. Smoking is not permitted at any time whilst on board. If you have any questions, please ask one of the crew. Thank you.
Before taxi checklist.
Before taxi checklist. Generators.
Continuous.
Probe heat.
On.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Air conditioning.
PAX auto bleeds on.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
Isolation valve.
Auto.
Flaps.
5. Required. 5. Selected. Green light.
Stabilizer trim.
5.0 units. Units required. 5.0 units. Units set.
Start levers.
Idle detent.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Recall.
Checked.
Before taxi checklist completed.
Before takeoff checklist to the line.
Before takeoff checklist to the line. Config.
Check.
Flaps.
5. Green light.
Stabilizer trim.
5.0 units. Set.
Takeoff briefing.
PAX auto bleeds on. Speed. 133 134 139. Set. Stop altitude is 6,000 feet. Reviewed.
Holding at cabin. Cabin.
Secure.
Before takeoff checklist to the line completed. Standby.
Before takeoff checklist below the line.
Before takeoff checklist below the line. MCP. Coming crew, 6 for departure please.
Set.
Transponder.
TARA.
Strobe lights.
On.
Landing lights.
Complete the checklist.
Landing lights.
On.
Before takeoff checklist below the line completed. Stabilized. Take-off thrust set, indications normal, 80 knots.
Checked.
V1, rotate.
Positive rate of climb.
LNAV.
LNAV.
Command A.
Stand by.
Bug up.
Bug up, after takeoff checklist, air conditioning and pressurization. 1.3, set. Altimeters,
Passing 3,118 feet. QNH 1002.
after takeoff checklist completed. Happy to release the cabin crew. Altimeters,
Descending. Flight level 100. 10 checks.
10 checks. Cabin crew 10 minutes to landing. Fuel 4. Pumps on. Lights, angle of bank, air conditioning and pressurization. 4.2. Fasten belts. Recall 121.50 deselected.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be arriving at our destination shortly. If you're making a connecting flight, please see the customer service agent meeting this flight or the video monitors inside the terminal for connecting gate information. For your continued safety, flight attendants will now walk through the cabin to secure it for landing. We'll collect any off-service items, newspapers and any other items that you wish to discard or may not be taking off the aircraft with you. Also, in preparation for landing, please turn off all electronic devices. Stow these devices within all other carry-on items. Please use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have shifted during our flight. Please stow your tray tables and return your seats to their upright position and check the security of your seatbelts. We'll be landing shortly. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few minutes we'll be passing through the cabin with landing cards. It's important that you have the correct documentation with your passport by the time you reach the immigration authorities, so you are not unnecessarily delayed at passport control. If you're unfamiliar with the airport, you'll find full details in the magazine situated in the seat pockets in front of you. We'd like to remind passengers, Smoking is only permitted within the terminal in designated areas. Please ensure you take all personal items and hand baggage with you. Should you have any further concerns, please don't hesitate to ask a member of the crew or the ground staff upon arrival, who'll be happy to assist you. And ladies and gentlemen, as we are approaching our destination, if you have any last-minute purchases that you'd like to make before we close the duty-free bar, please notify a member of the cabin crew immediately. Thank you.
Set QNH 994.
One to go.
Check. Landing checklist to flaps.
Landing checklist to flaps. Start switches.
Continuous.
Start switches.
Continuous.
Recall.
Checked.
Speed brake.
Armed. Green light.
Landing gear.
Down 3 green.
Auto brake.
2. Set.
Flaps.
Complete the checklist.
Flaps.
30. Green light.
Holding at landing lights. Holding at landing lights. Holding at landing lights.
Complete the checklist.
Landing lights.
On.
Landing checklist completed.
Manual flight.
500 feet.
Checked.
400. 300. 100. 200. Minimums. 100. 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake up.
You know what they say, a good landing is a landing you can walk away from.
Reverse is normal. 7, 9%. 100 knots.
Checked.
80 knots.
Checked. Manual braking.
Auto brake disarmed. 60 knots.
Checked.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and the entire crew, we'd like to welcome you to our destination. For your safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened, leaving all items of hand luggage safely stowed until the seatbelt signs have been switched off. Before you leave the aircraft, please ensure you have all your personal items and hand luggage with you. Please be careful when opening overhead lockers, as items may fall out, causing injury. We'd like to remind you that smoking is not permitted until you've reached the designated smoking area. If you require assistance when you leave the aircraft, please contact a member of our ground staff. If you're connecting to another flight
Starting the
today
APU.
and hold a boarding card and transfer wallet advising you of your departure terminal, please follow the signs to flight connections. This will lead you on to your departure terminal, and please check your gate number in the departure lounge. To avoid missing your onward flight, we strongly recommend that you go straight to your departure terminal. For those of you who do not have a boarding card, please go directly to the flight connections desk. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the entire airline, thank you very much for choosing to fly with us today, and we hope to see you again in the near future. Thank you.